I think that, from the point where Steve is coming from, is that he's suggesting we give him another opportunity. It's been raised to this level, they're gonna read about it, right? Rather than bring them in and embarrass them, and also it may enhance the animosity between the two groups. Give them one last chance. And we'll get a report from the animal officer. We'll get a report from Jerry within a few days, certainly to discuss at our next meeting. And if the problems continue after his meeting, then we'll schedule a show cause hearing. And if it goes away for a while and it occurs 3 months from now, 6 months from now, when we get another complaint, we'll schedule a show cause hearing without any debate. No, I think that.
And I'll be more than happy to let you say I told you so.
I don't want to have to say that.
I know you don't, and I can appreciate. I appreciate where you're coming from. Just,
I think that's being fair, and it certainly is delivering a different message to these people at this point in time.
I think most of us feel that that's quite acceptable. As long as we have a tight time frame, it's not gonna dally.
You gotta be able to bring them back in here.
The barking is not a seasonal thing.
No.
If it doesn't,
You're hearing it more.
Year round.
Yeah, you're hearing it more with your windows
if
open.
you get no courtesy, it's shown to you.
Well,
and the dog
if they,
next week
right.
we'll be on the phone.
yeah, if they put my back into the wall, I'll get right back to the board and inform them.
Hello, Bill. Get on.
Okay, are we in agreement, gentlemen?
3-2.
We need to make a motion on this, or?
I don't think we do.
That's
No,
fine.
given the fact that the residents in
if
the
you want to
area
hear, you have to
given
make a
the
motion.
fact that the residents in the area are willing to give their neighbors an opportunity, one last opportunity to control the barking dogs, I'd be in favor of having Mr. Berg go out and have a nice discussion with the dog owners, hopefully to rectify the problem in short order. If not, then we move forward. One call. I'd be in favor of one barking call. After you've gone out and they haven't complied, you're going forward with a show cause. That's the position I'd take.
Carl, I think it's important for you to convey to these people that, that the residents down here and the board are giving them, extending them a courtesy of correcting the situation before embarrassing the
We'll
public.
let them know, there'll be no question about it. They're gonna be the owner of their own destiny. They either comply or they wind up in here. And I don't think they're gonna want to come here at the show cause here, I'm gonna tell you that.
No, because I don't want to be bothered by it.
Yeah.
They don't like being bothered by the barking. I don't want to be bothered by the issue.
Right.
So their problem is our problem.
It's like a malignant tumor.
It's going to be a bigger problem for them.
You don't have to, Bob,
We've only had
you don't have to go make a call.
Yeah.
But
Just
now that we're
happen.
really aware of it, because this has been going on for years, how long can we take this stuff? So if you want calls, it's 57 units in that condo? You'll be getting calls every
You got
10 minutes.
51 names, you did pretty good.
Well, there's wife involved too, so
Yeah.
it's more than 51 people. And if you want telephone calls, you're gonna have a bigger tape recording. We're gonna be calling now.
I'm sure.
All right, well, let's
Okay.
Officer Berg the opportunity to talk to the owners one last time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And,
Thank you. I want to thank you for extending the courtesy of deferring us till we could get here, because we thought it was gonna be at 8:30. I had to get out of my jammies. Yeah, you were on a golf course.
Thank you.
He had to get that last hole in on the golf course.
Please
Yeah.
don't put the comments in that he didn't hear.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I'm sure you picked a professional.
Oh, he's gonna pay. Thank you.
Judy, as long as you make them
see you, Jody.
But make them pay.
I think
You don't have to worry about it. It's on tape. Taking a 5-minute break.
Good day. All right, stay in touch with the, we'll stay in touch.
Both pointers.
Second session. Recap of 2009 revenue receipts. This may have caught you with short notice, Greg, and Joe was out last week at least a couple times. I tried to catch up with him. Trying to get some kind of an idea of how our receipts closed 2009. As it obviously then reflects our 2010 revenue estimate.
I've got some good news to give you. I've got the June 1 revenue report, so we're a little bit behind, which is not unusual in terms of recapping our revenue. But as of our June 1 revenue report, in terms of our local receipts, the town was to the good side, $161,672. That number by itself doesn't mean much, but when you consider the amount of real estate uncollectibles of $142,429 and net those two out, you'll see that the town is to the positive as of June 1st in terms of potential offsets against its revenue collections so far in fiscal year 2009.
So the real estate number reflects through the fourth quarter.
Through June 1st, so the outstanding balance on June 1st was $142,000.
That's down considerably from last year.
It is. Last year, for the same time frame, it was $519,330.
I think we owe a gratitude to the collector, because I know she's put effort into
Absolutely.
bring that number down.
Absolutely.
Well, again, in our direction, we told her to step up the pace in those things, and it certainly paid off.
Yeah, she's been very,
Okay, so she's done a good job.
she's been aggressive in her, her tax collections and her tax title collections. The other thing, if I look at the local receipts, to date, and I see that we're, $161,000 over. And then last year, and I take out the one-time money that we received on the Berry Center, last year at this same time frame, we had not, we were still in the red. So we were in the red in terms of local receipts a year ago. Now, keep in mind, this year we revised, as you know, those local receipts 2 or 3 times between town meeting and the time we set the tax rate. The good news is those assumptions appear to be holding. The one area of weakness that we have that has continued is investment earnings. And that is the only area of apparent weakness as I look at the June 1st revenue report. We collected about 50% of what we projected a year ago, but we've identified that very early in the process, and that's offset by strong collections of motor vehicle excise tax of $258,865 for the good, and tax title redemptions are at $130,660. Licenses and permits are at $75,234 over. So those offset against the investment earnings. So I'm confident that, in summary, to say that 2009, the revenue assumptions that were made back in October by the Board of Selectmen and the Finance Committee held true. And those conservative budgeting assumptions will mean that we will close the year with a positive balance, despite the economic uncertainty that we all face.
I would then ask the question of, before we set the tax rate, we've got a number of months yet to deal with it, would we be looking to adjust the revenue forecast that we use for the 2010 budget?
I think I'd want to see what the initial trend is for fiscal 2010, so you probably would want to have 2 or 3 months worth of collections. The one area that we're confident is not going to increase is investment earnings. The motor vehicle excise tax number makes me a little bit nervous, because you'll also recall a year ago we were all scratching our heads with the fact that the registry of motor vehicles hadn't sent out tax bills to a number of what we call high-end or special-end vehicles. And my guess is that some of the surplus that we received this year is due to the fact that there were billings that had not been issued in the past that were collected in fiscal year 2009. So
there a way of getting to that number?
We'd have to do some drilling down. I think a fairly easy exercise would be to total up the number of motor vehicle excise tax commitments and establish what the tax revenue was per commitment that we've issued and compare that to last year. See if we have either number one, more vehicles, more value, or a combination of different things. And obviously, if it's more vehicles, those vehicles will depreciate going into next year, so we might want to be a bit hesitant in terms of going forward.
There is, however, an incentive program that's in effect for 2009.
Right.
For purchases of motor vehicles.
Buy America.
No.
It's not.
No.
It's got to do with
sales tax credit.
increasing,
Mileage, yeah.
So there's also a sales tax credit too.
So that's the 2009,
I'd like to see that particular thing just become a windfall for us rather than a revenue projection that we're anticipating going up.
state aid.
I'm
You
just
can't-
looking to,
yeah.
I'm looking to, fund the, unbalanced portion of the budget for $290,000.
Well, we're gonna be,
The caution is state aid, of course.
right, yeah. But as far as, funding that portion of it, this is through the 1st of June. We have another 30 days of collections here, which should assist in offsetting a substantial portion of that, from what he's saying.
Well, that's why I'm sitting,
Right.
asking this, because, we're either gonna, we're gonna balance it based on the fact that we've got additional, state aid of $110,000, right? That we've got money in, the stabilization fund that we put there as intentional free cash, but we've got some obligations against it. And then I'm wondering, I'm looking at the revenue, additional town revenue